The FBI and CIA are two sides of the same coin, tasked with keeping America safe. Both agencies have played pivotal roles in shaping the nation's security landscape, but their paths and methods have been quite distinct. Their origins and areas of expertise are vastly different, reflecting the unique challenges and threats they were created to address. The FBI, born in 1908 as the Bureau of Investigation, started small. It was initially a modest agency with a limited scope, focusing on a narrow range of federal crimes. Its initial focus was on interstate crimes like fraud and land theft. These were pressing issues of the time, requiring a dedicated federal response to maintain law and order across state lines. The CIA, on the other hand, emerged in the aftermath of World War II. The global conflict had highlighted the need for a centralized intelligence agency to handle international threats. Created in 1947, its mission was to gather intelligence abroad and counter the Soviet Union's growing influence. This was a time of intense geopolitical tension, and the CIA was at the forefront of the Cold War. The FBI's role expanded significantly during the tumultuous 20th century. It adapted to the changing landscape of crime and national security, taking on new responsibilities as they arose. It tackled organized crime during Prohibition, espionage during World War II, and civil rights violations in the 1960s. Each era brought new challenges that required the FBI to evolve and expand its capabilities. Its focus remained largely domestic, becoming synonymous with law enforcement within the United States. The FBI became a symbol of federal authority and justice on American soil. The CIA, shrouded in secrecy from its inception, engaged in covert operations across the globe. Its activities were often clandestine, involving espionage, sabotage, and psychological warfare. From toppling governments to supporting anti-communist regimes, its actions often shaped the international political landscape. The CIA's influence extended far beyond American borders, impacting global events in significant ways. The end of the Cold War brought new challenges for both agencies. The geopolitical landscape was shifting, and new threats were emerging that required different strategies and approaches. The FBI shifted its attention to terrorism, cybercrime, and white-collar crime. These modern threats demanded advanced techniques and technologies, pushing the FBI to innovate and adapt. The CIA grappled with the rise of new global threats like rogue states, terrorist organizations, and the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. Its role in international intelligence became even more critical in the post-Cold War era. Despite their evolving priorities, the fundamental differences in their origins and mandates continue to define their distinct roles in safeguarding American interests. Both agencies remain crucial to national security, each bringing its unique strengths to the table. Navigating the acronyms and hierarchies of the FBI and CIA can feel like deciphering a secret code. These two agencies, while both critical to national security, operate in distinct ways and have unique organizational structures. The FBI, headquartered in the iconic J. Edgar Hoover Building in Washington, D.C., is structured like a traditional law enforcement agency. It focuses on domestic issues, tackling everything from organized crime to cyber threats. Its director reports to the Attorney General, who is a member of the President's cabinet. This chain of command ensures that the FBI's activities align with the broader goals of the Department of Justice. The Bureau is organized into functional branches like criminal, cyber, counterterrorism, and intelligence, each headed by an assistant director. These branches allow the FBI to specialize and focus its resources on specific types of threats. The CIA, headquartered in Langley, Virginia, has a more complex structure reflecting its diverse intelligence-gathering methods. Unlike the FBI, the CIA's primary focus is on international intelligence and espionage. The Director of National Intelligence reports to the President. This position was created to oversee and coordinate the entire intelligence community, ensuring that all intelligence activities are aligned with national security priorities. They oversee the CIA and the wider intelligence community, which includes agencies like the NSA and the DIA. This oversight is crucial for maintaining a cohesive strategy across various intelligence operations. The CIA's core operational components include the Directorate of Operations, responsible for human intelligence, which involves recruiting and managing spies and informants around the world. The Directorate of Analysis, analyzing intelligence, processes, and interprets the vast amounts of data collected, turning raw information into actionable insights. And the Directorate of Science and Technology, developing new intelligence tools, is at the forefront of creating cutting-edge technology to aid in intelligence gathering and analysis. Both agencies have field offices across the United States and operate internationally. These offices extend their reach and capabilities, allowing them to respond quickly to emerging threats. The FBI's field offices are extensions of its headquarters, investigating federal crimes within their jurisdictions. They work closely with local law enforcement to tackle issues ranging from terrorism to white-collar crime. The CIA's overseas presence is more clandestine, often operating undercover in embassies and consulates. Their work involves gathering intelligence on foreign governments, terrorist organizations, and other international threats. They recruit foreign agents and gather information on foreign governments and threats. This intelligence is crucial for informing U.S. foreign policy and national security decisions. Despite their structural differences, both agencies rely on a complex web of specialized personnel, each bringing unique skills and expertise to the table. From special agents and intelligence analysts who are on the front lines of investigations and data interpretation, to scientists, linguists, and technology experts who develop the tools and translate the information that keeps the nation safe. Each role is vital in the intricate dance of national security. The key distinction between the FBI and CIA lies in their jurisdictions. While both agencies are crucial to national security, their roles and responsibilities are quite different. The FBI is primarily responsible for investigating and enforcing federal laws within the United States. They handle a wide array of criminal activities from white-collar crimes to violent offenses. Think of them as the nation's premier law enforcement agency, tasked with upholding the law and protecting citizens from a wide range of criminal threats. Their work often involves collaborating with local police departments and other federal agencies. The CIA, on the other hand, operates outside the borders of the United States. Their mission is to gather intelligence from foreign nations to help inform U.S. policymakers. Their focus is on gathering foreign intelligence to inform policymakers and protect national security interests abroad. This often involves covert operations and working with foreign intelligence services. This jurisdictional divide dictates the types of cases each agency handles. The FBI deals with domestic issues, while the CIA focuses on international matters. The FBI investigates crimes like terrorism, cybercrime, organized crime, public corruption, and civil rights violations within the U.S. They are the first line of defense against domestic threats. They work closely with local and state law enforcement agencies, sharing information and coordinating efforts. This collaboration is essential for tackling complex criminal networks. The CIA, however, is prohibited from operating domestically. Their mandate is strictly international, focusing on foreign threats. Their activities abroad often involve clandestine operations, intelligence gathering, and analyzing information from various sources to provide strategic assessments to policymakers. They play a crucial role in shaping U.S. foreign policy. While their primary areas of responsibility are distinct, there are areas of overlap. Both agencies must work together to address threats that cross borders. For instance, both agencies play a role in counterterrorism efforts. The FBI focuses on preventing and investigating terrorist acts on U.S. soil. The FBI investigates terrorist acts on U.S. soil, while the CIA gathers intelligence on terrorist organizations operating overseas. This intelligence is crucial for preempting attacks and dismantling terrorist networks. This overlap necessitates close coordination and information sharing to prevent potential threats. By working together, the FBI and CIA ensure a comprehensive approach to national security, both at home and abroad. Section 4. Files of Fame and Infamy. Notable cases of the FBI and CIA. The FBI and CIA, though shrouded in secrecy, have been involved in some of the most dramatic and consequential events in recent history. The FBI's annals are filled with high-profile cases like the pursuit of notorious gangsters like Al Capone and John Dillinger, the investigation into the Watergate scandal that led to President Nixon's resignation, and the hunt for the Unabomber, a domestic terrorist who terrorized the nation for over a decade. The CIA's covert operations, often conducted in the shadows, have shaped the geopolitical landscape. Some notable operations include the 1953 Iranian coup d'état that overthrew the democratically elected government, the support for the Afghan Mujahideen during the Soviet-Afghan War, and the intelligence gathering leading to the location and killing of Osama bin Laden in 2011. These cases, both celebrated and controversial, highlight the diverse nature of the FBI and CIA's missions. they also underscore the immense power these agencies wield and the profound impact their actions can have on domestic and international affairs. Section 5. Turf wars and trust issues, when cooperation goes cold. Despite their shared goal of protecting American interests, the relationship between the FBI and CIA has often been characterized by rivalry and mistrust. Competition for resources, turf wars over jurisdiction, and cultural clashes between the agency's law enforcement and intelligence-gathering approaches have sometimes hindered effective cooperation. This lack of trust can have serious consequences. In the lead-up to the 9/11 terrorist attacks, intelligence failures were partly attributed to a lack of communication and coordination between the FBI and CIA. The 9/11 Commission report highlighted the agency's failure to share crucial information that could have potentially prevented the attacks. This tragic event served as a wake-up call, underscoring the urgent need for improved interagency cooperation in an era of evolving threats. Section 6. 9/11 and beyond. The urgent need for unity in a changing world. The 9/11 terrorist attacks marked a turning point in the relationship between the FBI and CIA. The attacks exposed the devastating consequences of interagency rivalry and lack of coordination. In the aftermath of the tragedy, both agencies recognized the need to bridge the divide and work more effectively together to counter the evolving threat of global terrorism. The creation of the Department of Homeland Security in 2002, which brought together 22 different federal agencies, including the FBI and CIA, was a significant step towards enhancing interagency collaboration. The establishment of the National Counterterrorism Center, a central hub for counterterrorism intelligence and analysis, further facilitated information sharing and joint operations between the FBI and CIA.